We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Before the game. Baby A after the game. This is me before the game. This is Baby B after the game.
This is Tanifa before the game. I'm Tanifa. This is me after the game.
This is me before the game. This is Sam. Holy crap. This is me after the game. And this is me before the game. I'm Jocelyn Putnam and this is me after the game.
Yeah, name's Victoria. Here we are. This is Victoria after the game. Yeah.
This is me before the game. This is Lindsay and this is me after the game.
This is me before the game.
This is me before the game. This is me after the game.
This is Justine. Oh my gosh.
This is me after the game.
Hey, this is Amanda and this is me after the game.
You have to sit on the ground without bending your knees.
Easy then. There, I win.
Oh. No, this won't work. I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna just fall over though.
A little suspicious. Just like,
I can't go down that far.
Oh, they bent.
pause. I need to try that again and give me about 20 minutes.
Wait, let's see, yeah.
Oh! Catch y'all later. got this.
Yeah! Ow, it hurts. Ouch. Yeah.
These things are hard. Yeah.
I think it's a mistake. I think that's
Okay.
oh, that hurts.
I know. Final attempt. Oh yeah.
Dude, that's nasty.
Wait.
Yep. That hurts. Oh my lord. Stop doing that.
Demonstrate your emotions. Use emotion.
You're so I'm the last guy. Okay.
Mine's the star eyes look like this. It's still recording. All right.
Is sugar-free Red Bull, the big one, and a little bag of hot Cheetos.
Cheez-Its. My favorite girl dinner is Fruity Pebbles or any type of cereal.
The corn dogs may have to be microwaved with a little ketchup and a little mustard. They have to be on the opposite side of the plate.
My favorite girl dinner is
Honestly, yeah.
Probably the protein Eggos, and then sometimes I'll put like cottage cheese on top with like avocado. But then I also have to have like popcorn and like chocolate covered almonds, but the almonds have to be in the freezer.
oh, Uncrustables.
Fuck yeah.
And I like boiled eggs with salt and pepper. Simple.
Go to the movie theaters, get an
Extra large bucket of popcorn, extra butter. Leave the movie theaters, don't watch the movie. Eat it by yourself with a bag of hot liquid Cheetos and cottage cheese.
Kosher shrills or or chocolate caramel ice cream, honestly.
My girl dinner, dino nuggets. For a sweet treat, Uncrustables, but it has to be frozen, and the bread is thawed out a little bit.
My favorite girl dinner, ice. And if I'm feeling fancy, I'll put some like sugar on it. Pebble ice though, it has to be pebble ice.
My girl dinner is street tacos.
My favorite girl dinner is toaster strudels with milk.
Water and hopes and dreams.
Oh.
You're welcome.
The first out. Barrett breaks a tackle at the 20. It picks up a block. He's going to get in the wide open punt and take him down.
It's time.
The first out. Barrett breaks a tackle at the 20. It picks up a block. He's going to get in the wide open punt and take him down.
It's time.
In the quiet moments before dawn, champions are made. Every fan, every athlete, every moment counts. It's not just a game, it's a passion that unites us, drives us, and makes us strive for greatness. Greatness is wherever fans connect and call home. We believe in the power of the community. We believe in turning passion into action. We bring fans closer and transform loyalty into unforgettable experiences. Join us. Make every moment matter. Fan Club. Get your fans in the game.
This group right here, all around, is football. We're all football players. Y'all are football players, okay?
Down. Good. Tanziel is going to go straight ahead. Got a receiver caught touchdown. They're back again. What a catch. Houdini act. Sideline, she breaks another tackle. There's got one
And as we can see, the future of technology is with us. You might be thinking, Doc, this is truly amazing. And we got.
Hey, is the projector ready? Come on, time for a team meeting.
You know the moments, the feeling in your feet, the rhythm of ambition, that extra, that aha, that sight.
That's something.
The click, the shift, the boom, and you're there. The mess becomes a map, and you call it art, or science, or code, because now you know the way forward. For all the moments that drive you, there's edX. Fuel your ambition with thousands of job-relevant courses and programs at edX.org.
Yo, Jay, what you say?
Take my mind to another place. Feel it come now, feel your way. On my skin, when you stop now, show me way. Wish to follow intention, wish to unknown dimensions. Take my mind to another place. Feel it come now, feel your way.
Welcome, Storm Chasers. I'm joined by Sandra Mitrovic, longtime Nevada Storm player. Sandra, thank you so much for joining us. I have a couple questions for you. So tell us a little bit about last week's game. You guys blew out the Oregon Cougars. What was your preparation for that game, and how does that change coming into this game playing the Division I pro team Salt Lake Wildcats?
Yeah, absolutely. So, heading up to Eugene, any team, we're, really focused on just game day determination. It's a long game for us. I think some people know we have a long preseason. We kind of get back at it into the gym starting in September. So it starts with a lot of strength and agility training. We're lucky that we have Jessie Felker with her gym and some other folks on the team that do strength and agility training. So it starts with a long haul of just getting our bodies ready, and then it goes right into mental preparation. So with all of our team, it's been a lot of mental preparation, getting people ready for just, week by week, we're just adding and adding, more and more to the I should say 3 hours of practice on Saturday, but 2 hours of practice 2 times a week. And then our 3-hour Saturday practice, we add on a bunch of drills, and just really, again, I go back to that mental preparation. It really is about making sure that everybody is prepared and ready and knows their assignment. And that's what really got us ready for the Eugene game. Then we go into studying, a lot of studying, right? You're taking a look at getting ready for this week, different opponent, right? Different skill set, different speed. So we're really looking at, we have got to play them before, right? Last season. So really taking some agility, again, going back to our agility, seeing where we can get better, where we can improve, each of us, both offense and defense, going again back to mental preparation. What does that look like? Where do we need to shift in some plays to adjust to their defense? Watching game film. So we utilize Huddle, watch a lot of film, and all of our players, really it's just getting in, understanding what they need to do to get their bodies ready, but also really it's that mind game. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Now, your journey is a little bit different than I think a lot of other Storm players. You've been with the team for a long time, but that's not your only role on the team. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I've been really fortunate, blessed to be with the Storm for 5 years, last 5 years, but I've also served as the vice president of the board, do a lot of the travel and logistics, but also work on sponsors and getting, it's expensive to play this sport, and we, like I said, we don't take a whole lot of time off. We really take maybe a month and then we go right back into prep. So I've really enjoyed spending that time getting to know the WFA, understanding the organization as a whole, how long women's tackle football's been around, just knowing that. But really, it's been a love. I love game day production, really making sure our fans, we have the best fans. I know everybody says that, but we have the best fans. They travel well with us on the road, and we just really enjoy it. So I've enjoyed the role as the vice president. Really, my job is just to really support the team, make sure they have what their needs, the resources, make sure the coaches, have what they need, and I just enjoy it. And so last season I took off as a player, just focused on game day, and then this season I'm back to playing and what I call my fifth and final with the Storm. Not the end of my time with the Storm, always a member of the family, but definitely it'll be last season probably playing. So.
Yeah, well, we definitely see all the work that you put in, and I know that that's appreciated across the team. I want to ask you about newcomer Gracie Bale. She kind of broke out last week, or 2 weeks ago, I guess now, right? We're in week 3. She broke out a couple weeks ago. Can you tell us a little bit about her journey to get here? Maybe any other information you may have? Tell the folks about this new Storm player.
Yeah, Gracie is, oh my gosh. If you've ever met Gracie, you'll know just a humble human being, really comes with a great attitude. Her tone and her focus is get in, play, be steady, be consistent. Somebody who has a lot of weapons. I'll just say that, a lot of weapons, is someone who can throw the ball, obviously catch the ball, run the ball. But yeah, Gracie came to us from Texas, another wonderful football state, as we know, but definitely long-time football player with the WFA, long season in football history, and she wanted to come up and play with us. She had seen us, and we just welcomed her with open arms, and really glad to have her on the team this year.
Right on. Now, football is not the only thing that you do, obviously, right? Tell us a little bit about your life off the field.
Oh my gosh. So, life off the field. So I have my partner, Sam Mitrovich. We've been together 25 years. My daughter, Sasha, who's been with the Storm as long as I've been with the Storm. She actually does filming for us and water, depending on what we need. Sasha, she's 15. And then we have a couple pups at home. But really, my life outside the Storm is community. I've worked in nonprofits for the majority of my time in my career, work on grant administration. I'm both a descendant of Yamani Maidu and enrolled tribal citizen of Time Maidu in Oroville, California, so tribal, and really love my community, love doing all that I can for my community. But really, outside of this, it's a lot of what I call nonprofit work, working with community. I was in student affairs, so what that means is I worked on helping people go to college for 15 years and figuring out what that looks like, and just really enjoyed it. So I think for me, it's about being a servant to community. That's what I do outside of this, and enjoy all of it. And yeah, so as long as I can do that, I'm happy.
Welcome, Storm Chasers and WFA fans, to week 3 of the WFA, where the Nevada Storm open up their home opener here at Ken Dalton Field against the Salt Lake Wildcats. As you can see behind me, the coin toss is happening as we speak. As always, I'm Jared Young, your voice of the Nevada Storm. We'll get the call here in just a minute. The Nevada Storm elects to receive the ball. And so the Storm will have first possession in this game, it looks like. Now this is a very interesting matchup for those of you that maybe don't know, but the Nevada Storm actually played the Salt Lake Wildcats last season in Week 2. The Salt Lake Wildcats were a Division II team, Nevada Storm obviously the pro, and Salt Lake ended up going undefeated that season and going on to win the Division II National Championship. The Storm are going to look to enact their revenge from last season after a 60-8 blowout. This season, the Nevada Storm has a little bit of a new roster, some changes in key position players. We're going to be looking at number 43, Autumn Geringer, at running back. She had a pretty good week in Week 1, where the Nevada Storm defeated the Oregon Cougars 54-0.
Join our teams and coaches for the playing of the national anthem as we honor America and those who protect it.
Time for the national anthem.
And here we are, one of our own Storm.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the peril, the spies, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang aloud, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Alrighty, folks. Well, the Storm are set to kick off here, but let's get back to some stats from last week. Autumn Geringer in Week 1 had 136 yards on 11 carries. She was averaging 12.4 yards per carry and had 2 touchdowns. Additionally, Jessie Felker had 4 touchdowns and 59 yards rushing, 137 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns total. Now, the big surprise here for the Storm was number 2, Gracie Bales, with 135 yards on 3 receptions. She had 2 touchdowns of her own. For the Salt Lake Wildcats, they had their first game last week. So, the PA is a little bit loud in the room, but that's okay. The Salt Lake Wildcats defeated the Rocky Mountain Thundercats 50-0 last week in their very first game. It was on the back of Laura Goetz, 130 yards on 15 attempts, and 4 touchdowns of her own. Now, on the rushing side for the Salt Lake Wildcats, it's number 6, Sam Gordon. She had 162 yards last week on 16 carries and a touchdown. And on the receiving side, it was Victoria Archuleta, 53 yards and a touchdown. And Salt Lake's set to kick off here. Kick is up. And it is Bales. And she's taken down right around the 30-yard line. So Gracie Bales, she was one of the players that we spoke about taking the opening kickoff, and they're going to start right at the 32-yard line. So 1st and 10 here for the Storm. It's going to be Jesse Felker in the shotgun. They're going to go empty. Geringer comes in motion, and Felker takes it herself up the middle and almost gets past one defender. I think she's going to have the first down there.
It's Felker with a run. You know what that means. It's a Nevada first down.
So first down for the Storm. They're going to have the ball right around the 48. Apologies to our YouTube viewers, still not up there, but if you guys want, you could catch us on Fan Club. And Geringer gets about a yard. So 2nd down and 9 here for the Storm.
2nd down.
Felker under center. She looks to pass. And pass is intercepted by number 12 of the Wildcats, Victoria Archuleta, for the touchdown.
All right, that was a touchdown, Wildcats.
So the Wildcats are the first to score here on a turnover from Jessie Felker. The ball came out of her hand. Pretty strange there. I'm not quite sure what happened. Maybe it got tipped. But the Wildcats are going to line up for the kick. And it's going to be number 10, Brinley Devi, to kick for the Wildcats. And the kick is up. And it is good. So Salt Lake starts off really hot there on defense. And the Nevada Storm are going to have to figure out what happened there in that pass game. Maybe some better protection. Now, Archuleta is a defender that the Wildcats do rely on. Last week she had 3 tackles, none for a loss, but that doesn't mean there's not room today. Now, again, the Storm are looking to change the outcome of last season's game. Again, they lost 60 to 8, and they're hoping to get some points on the board here. So let's see if they can come back from this. Again, it's going to be Devi to kick off. And it's going to be Bales again. She cuts back inside, but it's not quite enough. She gets about to the 25-yard line. So the Storm are going to take the field here for the second time. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Quarterback Jessie Felker checks into the game. Felker in the shotgun. She's got Geringer to her right. Felker, the give is to Bales. It's a misdirection, has Bales up the sideline for a huge gain. And out of bounds at right about the 40-yard line. Let's see where they spot it here. And a big run by Bales. Quite the response. And the Storm are going to line up right at the 41-yard line. And the clock continues to run. Oh, and we've got a flag on the play. And the flag's going to be on the Storm, so 5-yard penalty. So 1st and 15 for the Storm. Felker in the shotgun. She's got Geringer to her right. Bales comes in motion. And the give is to Geringer. And she's going to get back up to about the line of scrimmage.
Nevada with the run is...
Clock's going to continue to run here.
All right, second down, here we go.
And Felker has the ball. And she's going to get just past the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 9 for the Storm.
That store run with a school defender getting there.
Felker takes the snap and takes it herself. It looks like there was a little bit of an issue, a little bit of miscommunication there. Felker looked to give it to Bales.
All right, it's 4th and 4.
She faked to Geringer and looked to give it to Bales, but to no avail. It's going to be 4th down. 4th and 4 for the Storm. Felker under center. And the give is to Kaylin York. She almost bobbled it, but she's met immediately by a wall of Salt Lake Wildcat defenders. And Salt Lake's going to take over 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Wildcats 1st down. Let's get them, defense.
At right about the 35-yard line. 9:54 on the clock. Goats under center. Oh, and immediately we have a flag on the play. Let's get the call. And it's a false start on Salt Lake, so that's going to back them up 5 yards.
All right, and a false start and feet on the 1st down for the Wildcats.
Salt Lake comes to the line, 1st and 15. And she pitches the ball back up the middle through a sea of Storm defenders, fights them off, and gets up to about the 39-yard line.
2nd down, Wildcats.
So 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. Goetz gets the call. And I believe that was Brielle Lampright with that last carry. Goetz under center. Goetz takes the snap. And the give. And she's dancing around the backfield, juking out defenders, and she's going to have a first down before finally being taken down. Big gain there for the Wildcats, and that's going to be a first down. Clock continues to run. She did not get out of bounds. And that was number 5, Sage Stewart, on that carry. And the give is to number 3, Valerie Tanner, excuse me.
After the stop, it's a 1st down, Wildcats.
And that's going to be another Wildcat first down. The Wildcats are moving the ball well here, especially after that first penalty. Wildcats come to the line. Again, it's Goetz under center. And Goetz is going to take it herself. Oh, no, she's going to throw. And there's a flag on the play. I think we're going to see pass interference here. Let's get the call. It was number 25, Megan Salisbury, in coverage. Yeah.
Automatic first down.
The pass was intended for number 12, Victoria Archuleta. And the Wildcats are going to have another first down. Goetz goes empty. Looks for the screen. Is almost wrapped up. And she's going to have a gain of about 5, we'll say.
Second down, Wildcats.
Goetz in the shotgun. She takes the snap. It goes in motion. And the handoff is to Archuleta on the outside, and she's going to have another touchdown. Archuleta's second touchdown. And that brings their score 13-0 with 6:37 left on the clock. So once again, it's going to be Devi out to kick for the Wildcats. The Storm really having a tough time stopping that run game. Those Wildcat blockers are doing a very good job right now. And a high snap. She's going to take it herself. It is Goetz. And she couldn't complete the pass. Laura Goetz, pass intended there for number 5, Sage Stewart. So our score stays 13-0, Salt Lake. Now let's see if the Storm can get something going here. They've struggled so far on offense. We saw the interception from Jesse Felker that was taken back by Archuleta, and after that, the Storm just couldn't get anything going on the ground. Now, I'm curious to see if they go back to the pass game and try to stretch this field just a little bit. Salt Lake comes into this game ranked number 5 in the Massey ratings right now. Nevada is sitting right around 16, and you know, that could obviously change depending on this game. This is a big game. All right, it's going to be Debbie to kick off here. 6:37 left in the first quarter. And she's fighting, but taken down at right about the 29-yard line. Gracie Bales on that return. So 1st and 10 for the Storm.
And you know what that means. It's a Nevada first down.
All right, it's 1st and 10 for the Storm. And Felker's going to take it herself up the middle for a gain of about 3.
After the run, 2nd down, Nevada Storm.
Number 32, Tanya Sanchez, is going to check out for the Storm. Felker in the shotgun. Geringer to her left. Felker takes the snap to give us to Geringer. And she's going to have a gain of 4 on that carry. So,
all right, that's a 3rd down.
3rd and 3 for the Storm. Clock continues to run. Felker hands it off to Geringer, and she may have got a yard there. Let's see where they spot the ball. Yes, it is. It is a 1st down. So Geringer gets it done in short yardage. Number 4, Laura Zander, is going to check in for the Storm. Felker under center. Geringer in that tailback. Felker hands it off, but she trips on her way down. Some tough sledding there, and the Storm are going to lose 3 yards. So 2nd and 13 for the Storm. Clock continues to run. 4:01 left here in the first quarter. And Xander's going to check out. Bales is going to check in the slot. Felker in the shotgun. And to get us to Bales. Bales with some room to run. She escapes two defenders. And is going to get back just to the 45-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Storm. Felker gets the call. She's going to have Geringer to her right. Bales in the slot. Bales comes in motion. And Felker's going to take it herself. And she ran into a cluster of Salt Lake Wildcats. And they're going to lose a couple yards on that. It's going to be 4th and 8 now.
Right, it's 4th down, Nevada Storm.
Let's see if Nevada punts here. They don't want to give Salt Lake good field position. Clock continues to run. I think they're going to go for it. I expect a pass here. Felker in the shotgun. Nope, the Storm are going to punt. And it is Bales to punt. And the ball took a backspin and was almost recovered by Jesse Felker past the 50-yard line. So Salt Lake will take over at about the 48. 1st and 10. Goats under center. Hands it off. And she's got tons of room to run. Number 4, Brielle Lampright is in for the touchdown. A 48-yard touchdown for Brielle. And our score is 19-0 Wildcats. Debbie out for the kick. Hold is good. Kick is up. And it's good. And the Wildcats take a commanding 20-0 lead over the Nevada Storm.
After the kick, it's Wildcats 20, Nevada Storm 0.
1:35 left here in the first quarter. Nevada looking for any spark of light down there in this first quarter. Now, it's still early in this game. Lots of time. And this is a very good Salt Lake team. They've had a lot of success over the last 2 seasons, and they're going to look to continue that through the rest of the year. Once again, it's going to be Debbie to kick off.
Let's hear it for them.
And the kick is off. And the Storm are having a hard time picking up the ball. It's Geringer, and she's going to be taken down at just about the 21-yard line.
All right, that's an Nevada first down.
So 1st and 10 for the Storm from the 21. Coach Adam Barrett taking a little bit of extra time to chat with his quarterback, Felker. All right, so it's going to be Felker in the shotgun. Geringer to her right. Bales in the slot. Felker takes the snap, and the give is to Kaylin York. And she's going to have it at right about the 30, 28-yard line. So 2nd and 4. For the Nevada Storm. Clock continues to run, 59 seconds left here in the first. And a nice run there by Geringer. And that's going to be a first down. York is going to check out of the game. Felker in the shotgun. And the give is to Geringer. And she's going to get about 2 yards. And that's going to be the end of our quarter. So as the quarter comes to an end, the Nevada Storm are currently down 20-0 against the Salt Lake Wildcats. And they're going to start 2nd and about 7 to open up the second quarter.
But we got time. We can do this. This is our team.
Tough first quarter there for the Nevada Storm. They had a couple turnovers. They had a couple turnovers there in that first quarter, or one turnover in that first quarter, an interception thrown by Jesse Felker. And then after that, the Storm really struggled to stop the run on defense and get the run going on offense. I'm excited to see what they do here in the second quarter. I expect to see a couple more passes. The pass game for the Wildcats has been pretty impressive so far, and I'm excited to see what this next quarter holds for us.
We'd also like to thank your sponsors of the Nevada Storm, St. Mary's Regional Medical Center. Thank you very much.
2 touchdowns so far for Victoria Archuleta and 1 for Brielle Lampright. So as we switch sides of the field here, Felker, again, is going to line up in the shotgun. It's going to be Geringer to her left. Felker takes the snap, and she's going to take it herself, but she's met immediately and is going to lose yards. And she's going to lose about 4 yards there. So 2nd and 11 for the Storm. 3rd and 11 for the Storm. Felker comes under center. Takes the snap to give us to Gehringer. And not a block in sight there. It's going to be 4th down.
Nevada Storm 4th down.
And Nevada's going to look to punt here. It's going to be Bales. Back to receive for the Wildcats is going to be Victoria Archuleta. Pilcher checks out of the game for the Storm. And the kick is up. Archuleta fumbles it as it goes out of bounds.
So Wildcat 1st down at the 41.
The Wildcat are going to start here at right about the 41-yard line. First and 10 for Salt Lake. Goats checks into the game. Gives the call, and Salt Lake comes to the line. She's got 2 running backs to her right and her left, Stewart and Tanner. And we've got a flag on the play. Let's get the call here. And it's going to be a delay of game on the Wildcats. And that's going to back them up 5 yards. So first and 15 for the Wildcats. Goats under center. She's got Stewart and Tanner. And she looks to pass intended for number 30, Lakita Thompson, but she could not wrangle that in. It was just over her head. So pass a little high there, and it's going to be 2nd and 15.
Here we go, defense. Here we go. Here we go, defense.
Goats looks to pass again, and it's going to be number 3, and she's taken out of bounds by number 25, Megan Salisbury. That was Valerie Tanner. Apologies, I keep wanting to say Valeria.
All right, it's 3rd and 1.
And she did not go out of bounds, so the clock continues to run.
Here we go.
And Goats is going to take her in herself. And a big push. And I think she got it. She did. It's going to be a 1st down.
1st down, Wildcats.
Goats again joined by 2 running backs. Goats takes a snap. She's looking to pass. It's got number 30, Lakita Thompson, with the score. All right. So our score is now 26-0 Salt Lake. And it's going to be Debbie out to kick. And the kick is good. So that brings our score 27-0.
Wildcats. What we still got here is the best storm. Let's go now.
And this crowd is still fired up. They're not losing their confidence. But Salt Lake has taken a commanding lead here in the second quarter. Apologies as well for the score updates. I'm trying to do those while I'm talking at the same time. So if we have any issues there, that is on me. I'm doing my best. All right, it's going to be Debbie again to kick off. And it'll be Bales and Kara Wright to receive the kick. And the kick is up. And it's going to be Bales. She picks it up and is met immediately. And Bales may be down. She's a little slow to get up here. And she gets up under her own power, jogs off.
All right, it's the Nevada first down.
Another Storm player is down on the sideline. That's going to be number 20, Hannah Lukel. Now, once again, it's going to be Felker in the shotgun. She's got Geringer to her right. Felker takes a snap, fakes it to Geringer, takes it herself, and gets just back to the line of scrimmage.
After the tackle, that is Storm's second down.
Second down and 10 here for the Storm. Felker in the shotgun. Felker takes the snap. Again, they give it to Geringer. And she'll have a gain of about 2. So 3rd and 8 for the Storm.
Third and 7, Nevada Storm.
10:20 left here in the second. Felker in the shotgun, Geringer to her right. Felker takes the snap, fakes it to Geringer. Looks to pass for a moment there and takes it herself. There's a flag on the field. And she's going to be taken down after gaining what looks like about a yard. Let's see what the flag is here.
Hold it. Offense, number 11. Defense declined. 4th down.
And it's going to be holding on the Storm. So 4th and 5 here. Deep in their own end zone, and the Storm are going to punt. Bales takes the snap, looks to punt, and the punt is up. And it's out of bounds.
After the punt, it's a Wildcat first down.
So the Wildcat are going to take over at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. So they've got some really good field position here. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. 27-0, 9:35 left here in the second. No timeouts taken yet, which is a surprise. Goats gives the snap, and she's gone. The 10-5, the touchdown.
After the run, it's a Wildcats touchdown.
Number 5, Sage Stewart with the touchdown. And she's the 4th Wildcat player to score a touchdown in this game. 33-0 here at Ken Dalton Field as Debbie looks to kick the extra point. Snap is no good. Debbie has to try to take it herself. And Goats made some nice blocks, but she was not able to get into the end zone. So no extra point, taken out of bounds by number 1, Jessie Felker. Now, Goats had a nice block there on the outside. And I thought for a moment that she might take that in for 2. I don't think that that was intended. But a bad snap led to Debbie picking up the ball and trying to run it in. 9:25 left here in the second. Wildcats leading the Storm 33-0. Now, the Storm are a young squad. They have a lot of newer players on their team, and they're looking to just try to build some culture, I think, this season. See how that works out. They do have some very athletic players that are starting to turn a corner here in week 3. But this Wildcat team is very tough, very dominant, and they have been for 2 seasons now. Debbie to kick off. And the kick is off. And it's Geringer with the ball. A nice block there. Is going to give her a couple extra yards. And she's going to be stopped at the 28-yard line. So the Storm are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 28.
Come on, Storm, we got you.
Felker's going to get the call. Kara Wright, number 10 of the Storm, is going to check in. Felker under center. Felker takes the snap to give us to Geringer. And she's going to be stopped for a gain of 1.
2nd down, the Storm.
Felker in the shotgun. Geringer to her right. Felker takes the snap. To give us to Bales. Bales up the middle, escapes one defender and is met by two more. And she's going to be taken down, a gain of about 7. So 3rd and 2 for the Storm.
Officials started off for injury.
And it looks like we've got an injury on the field, a Nevada Storm player. I don't have the number.
At this time, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Community Focus Management, sponsoring the Storm. We appreciate your sponsorship.
8:21 left here in the second quarter.
Girls Club of Mason Valley for being a sponsor of the Nevada Storm.
And it looks like it's number 35, Audrey Pittman, for the Storm that's down. As always, we never want to see any player get injured, but that is also the game of football. Our best goes out to Audrey. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Loaded TV, by the way, and Fan Club as well. And Pittman is going to be helped off the field.
Let's hear it for our Storm. Come on, baby. Bring it in.
And that's a big loss for the Storm on the outside. So it's going to be Schnitzius to replace Pittman. Felker in the shotgun. Waiting for Pittman to finish being helped off the field. Felker in the shotgun. Bales comes in motion. Felker takes the snap. He's going to take it herself. She's got a hole. And a first down.
First down. Starting foul. Let's go, Storm.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Storm from about the 43-yard line. Nevada comes to the line. Felker in the shotgun. She's got Bales to her left. And a bad snap straight to Bales. And Bales just trying to make something out of nothing, and then she's going to lose yards there. And I believe that's a loss of 5, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Storm. Or 2nd and 15, excuse me. .650 left here in the first half. Tough play there. I was surprised to see Bales in the halfback position. Felker in the shotgun. Bales comes in motion. Fake to Bales. The give is to Geringer. Up the middle. And she's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but not before a flag. And I think we're going to get a holding call here.
Holding.
Yes, we are.
Offense, number 81. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Holding on Jesse Schnitzius. And that's going to back the Storm way up. So second and what feels like forever here.
Second and 25, Nevada Storm. We got this. Come on,
So second and 25 for the Storm after that penalty. Felker again in the shotgun. She's got Bales in the slot. And she's going to look to pass. And again, it's intercepted. This time by number 7, Laura Goetz. That's Felker's second interception of the game. So Salt Lake is going to take over at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. .554 left here in the first half. And Salt Lake is in a very good position to score here. Goetz takes the snap. She's looking to pass too low. Pass intended for number 12, Victoria Archuleta. And it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Wildcats come to the line. Again, Goetz, tailbacks on either side. Takes the snap. And the pass is up again. It's Archuleta. She makes the catch. And is taken down by number 7, Darielle Bennett. But that's going to be a gain of 8 yards. So 3rd and 2. Third and 2 for the Wildcats. Goetz in the shotgun. Again, looking to pass. And it's going to be number 13. Nobody in front of her, and that's going to be a Salt Lake touchdown. Number 13, Lexi Ronning. And that brings our score 39-0 here before halftime. 5:03 left in the first half. And Debbie's going to line up to kick. Let's see if they can get the snap right. Good snap this time. Kick is up. And it's good. So Salt Lake takes a commanding lead, a commanding 40-0 lead here in the first half. After an interception by Jessie Felker. Now, that's, let me see, that was number 7, I believe. Or no, excuse me, that was Victoria Archuleta, number 12. That was her second interception of the game. Well, Salt Lake has everything going for them here. That pass game has been pretty impressive. There's been some decent coverage from the Storm, but Goetz is really laying them in there in a really tight window. And I have to say, these Salt Lake players have very good hands. So it's going to be Debbie to kick here, 5:03 And we're off. And Geringer misses the ball. She's almost into her own end zone. And is going to be taken down at right about the 6-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 6.
Still in Nevada, third down.
$40 to 0, and the Nevada Storm start 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line? 8, excuse me. Gates. Felker in the shotgun. Bales comes in motion. Felker's going to take it herself up the middle for a gain of about 5. And I want to make a correction. I've been saying Goats, but it is Gates. The quarterback for Salt Lake is Laura Gates. So 2nd and 5 for the Storm. Still deep in their own territory. Felker in the shotgun. High snap. The give is to Geringer. And runs into a wall, but not before she has a gain of about 3. So 3rd and 2 for the Storm.
Runs third down.
Felker gives the call. It's going to be Geringer in at tailback. Bales in the slot. Salisbury out wide. And the give is to Bales, and she's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a loss of yards. And it is 4th and 5 for the Storm. And 4th and 5, I have to imagine that the Storm are going to be looking to punt here. And it's going to be Jesse Felker into punt this time. Clock continues to run. 2:47 left in the half. Felker takes a low snap, bobbles it, is still able to get the punt off. And the ball is open, and number 4, Laura Zander, falls on top of it with 2:35 left here in the half. So 1st and 10 for Salt Lake from the Storm 30-yard line? No, they're going to spot it right at the 32. Gates under center. She takes the snap and hands it off. And nothing but daylight in front of her. One defender to beat. And she's taken down at right about the 8-yard line by number 33, Jordan Henderson. And a nice run there for the Wildcats to start off this series. Gates comes under center. Handoff there to Tanner.
It's a Wildcat second down.
Excuse me, I think that was to Stewart, not Tanner. The 5 is getting a little scrunched up in the back. And the give was to Tanner that time, and she is in for the touchdown. So right before half here, the Wildcats score once again, and Tanner becomes the 5th Wildcat to score in this game. Debbie to kick. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it's good. And Salt Lake takes a 47-0 lead over the Nevada Storm with 1:22 left here in the first half.
Nevada Storm, we're here for you!
I'll tell you though, folks, nothing is going to keep this crowd down. Their spirits are high. I'm curious to see what the game plan is and how they're going to switch it up at halftime. The Storm are going to have to do something different here if they have any chance of coming back. And it's going to be Gearinger and Megan Strand to receive the kickoff as Debbie gets the ball lined up. Debbie's kick is off. And the ball is muffed. Number 25, Megan Salisbury, had the ball and just couldn't wrangle it in. It was recovered by number 4, Laura Zander, and the Storm are very fortunate to get that one back. Felker's going to hand off to Gearinger, and she's going to get a couple of yards. So 2nd and 7. Clock's going to continue to run. 16 seconds left here in the first half. And I'd be surprised if the Storm didn't just let it run out here, and they are. Alrighty, folks. And that's going to take us to halftime.
For 250 years, America has been built on hard work, tradition, and heart. And here in Reno, that spirit lives on. Start your day at 10 a.m. with Slack, walk the grounds, shop the vendors, then stay for it all. The carnival, the food, the music, and the indoor viewing party. And wherever you are, tune in daily to Reno Rodeo social media for behind-the-scenes shows and your chance to win exclusive giveaways. Because when the sun goes down, America comes alive in the arena. The Reno Rodeo, June 18th through the 27th.
Watch me as I go, now I'm taking flight. Find me in the city, never sleep at night. All around the town, see my name in lights. I was born to perform. All across the world, you can call my name. Yeah, rushing to the front whenever I'm on stage. I used to be a player, now I run the game. I was born to perform.
As a new era dawns, how do you see your future? Where will you feel fully alive? How will you find the best version of yourself and lose yourself in service to others? With the Pack 100,000 strong supporting you, we'll help you find your way. The Wolfpack way. So come explore, dream, discover, create, innovate, and make the world healthy, prosperous, and just for everyone in it. That's the Wolfpack way. Seize it today.
And as we can see, the future of technology is with us. You might be thinking, Doc, this is truly amazing. And we got.
Hey, is the projector ready? Come on, time for a team meeting.
You know the moments, the feeling in your feet, the rhythm of ambition, that extra, that aha, that sight.
That's something.
The click, the shift, the boom, and you're there. The mess becomes a map, and you call it art, or science, or code, because now you know the way forward. For all the moments that drive you, there's edX. Fuel your ambition with thousands of job-relevant courses and programs at edX.org.
Welcome to the Road to Canton Halftime Show. I'm Brian Sweeney, the voice of the Women's Football Alliance Pro Division National Championship game. Alex Wested is off on assignment this week. We will check with him throughout the evening. But first, he lets us know which team he is most impressed with so far in the 2026 season.
Well, Brian, the first thought that I have is the amount of parity that we've seen so far in the WFA this season. We've seen it out west in the American Conference in spades, and now we're seeing it in the National Conference as well. The best part about this is that there are multiple teams, not just the usual one or two, but multiple teams in each conference that feel like they have a legitimate shot, not just to make it to Canton, Ohio, but to actually win it once they get there. It's awesome to see, and it's fun football so far.
There were 4 Pro Division games in week number 2. Last season's Division II champion, the Salt Lake Wildcats, kicked off their first pro campaign hosting the 0-1 Rocky Mountain Thundercats. The Wildcats wasted no time in their WFA Pro debut as they picked off right where they ended last season with both a solid ground and air game. Final score, Thundercats 0, Wildcats 50. These two teams will meet again next weekend, the 16th, at the Banning Lewis Prep Academy. No team has ever won the D2 championship and then made it back to Canton, Ohio as a pro-level team. Alex lets us know if he thinks the Wildcats could be the first.
Brian, we've talked about before how the Salt Lake Wildcats are a rare combination in this league. They are young, but they have experience, largely thanks to the growth of tackle football at the high school level in the state of Utah. I was curious to see how they were going to do this first time out after winning the Division II National Championship. I expected them to win in spades, and they did. Big 50-point win, and they certainly like what they have going on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. The biggest question, again, is that how can they compete against teams that have already been established at the pro level and have legitimate speed threats? I think that they have the ability, but until we actually see that in a contest on the football, we aren't going to have a real idea of where they might be and what the odds of them are in advancing to a WFA Pro Championship game in Canton, Ohio. It's interesting to think about, but with 1 week gone, with one game gone for them, I like the returns that I've seen so far.
Since the Road to Canton premiered in 2021, the Pittsburgh Passion were 6-0 over the Tampa Bay Inferno going into last week. The Passion came out fast and had a 28-7 lead at the end of the first half and came away with a 56-14 victory. Next weekend, May 16th, Tampa will host the DC Divas. These teams last met last year in the opening round of the playoffs, with DC getting the win. Pittsburgh will be on a bye next weekend before traveling to Cincinnati to play the Cougars on the 23rd. Pittsburgh missed the national championship last season by just 1 point. Alex is back to let us know if he thinks this will be the Passion's first trip to Canton in 2026 and if the Inferno can get out of the first round of the playoffs.
Brian, the biggest issue for Pittsburgh over the last couple of seasons, if you can even call it an issue, it's just the circumstance of the game more than anything. It's health, right? So can Pittsburgh stay healthy through 1 week? Certainly that seems to be the case. And you could see that in the result on the football field as well. A team in Tampa that has not necessarily been better than Pittsburgh, but has been close to Pittsburgh each of the last years. That was not the case this season. Again, for Pittsburgh, if they stay healthy, going to Canton, Ohio, making the 2-hour drive over to the east is a realistic goal, both on the tackle side and on the flag side. I think one of those will happen, and I think the other one is a possibility, so long as they stay healthy. Likewise for Tampa, again, the core is there in terms of the pieces that are going to have a significant impact, but they just need a little bit more offensively to really be able to compete at this top level in the WFA. It's a national conference that continues to be big, national conference that continues to have opportunities to take advantage of miscues in the health field, but adding a Cincinnati team, and then when you have DC and Pittsburgh at the top, getting past the first round, if at all, may be a tough spot for Tampa to be in this year.
Two other teams that not only see a lot of each other are also almost neighbors, the 1-0 Baltimore Nighthawks and the DC Divas. Since 2021, DC holds a 4-1 advantage, and they look to increase that win margin. Behind the arm and skill of Amanda Congialdi, DC managed to do just that, coming away with a decisive 55-12 victory. The Divas will travel to play the Tampa Bay Inferno next weekend, the 16th. The National Conference is a tough schedule, and last year the DC Divas made it to the National Championship by only 1 point. They're going to need big numbers to get back to Canton in 2026.
Yeah, and for the DC Divas, you know, the National Conference is deep, it's competitive, but they certainly figure to be in that conversation when all things are said and done. The ultimate measuring stick for them is not necessarily these games against Baltimore at the Division II side, but they're going to be against Pittsburgh. They're going to be against Cincinnati, that top kind of team that they're going to be playing in a postseason matchup where you know that if you have film on somebody, you've played them already this year, you have that advantage. It's one thing to play against a team in years past. We've talked about that in weeks before on the American Conference side, but it's another to actually play against somebody in that season to compare just and see where might their abilities be, where might their strengths be, and where can you take advantage. For DC, it's not just the players that are on the field, but it's a good coaching staff that can identify those weaknesses and take advantage of them once they get into a postseason schedule. These regular season games are meaningful, and they already got their 40-point win. Can they continue to do so against pro-level competition?
Two undefeated teams met for the game of the week as the Mile High Blaze traveled to play the Minnesota Vixen. This game was extremely physical, and for most of the first half, it looked like Minnesota would pull away fast as it was 39-7 at the half. The Blaze were all class, electing not to allow a running time clock and battled to the end. Final score 62-20. The Blaze are off next weekend and will travel to Salt Lake May 23rd. Minnesota will host Division II Dallas next weekend, the 16th. The Blaze play a tough American Conference schedule, and if it wasn't for a few drop passes and interceptions, Minnesota would be close to putting up 70 points per game so far this season. Alex is here to give us his thoughts.
Brian, this was a game I was very curious about going into it. We knew the strength of the Mile High defense, and we knew the output of Minnesota from 1 week in St. Louis. So when these two teams took to the field, I was curious to see what would happen. What happened was kind of what I expected, kind of what I didn't expect. Minnesota's offense really took center stage. And Against St. Louis, we talked about the strength of the offensive defensive lines. That really stayed true here against Mile High, where Minnesota was the better of the team inside of the trenches. It gave Aaron Kelly time to throw the football, and it didn't give Kimberly Santa-Steven and the three quarterbacks that all threw passes for Mile High in this game. It didn't give them any time to actually sit up and get comfortable. Yeah, there was a touchdown offensively for Mile High and a bust coverage for Minnesota, but by that point, you're not playing your first string players. And so Minnesota to be as dominant as they were against a Mile High team that had questions offensively, it's a good testament for what they do. Was it a perfect game by Minnesota? No, I think that's safe to say. A couple of interceptions by Aaron Kelly, another pick six allowed on the season. But when you look at all things Minnesota, they're doing enough to win, and they're doing enough to win in a dominating fashion. Their schedule is weak this year. They've admitted that. So they know that they have to be perfect and run up the score when they can. So that way Massey likes what they do. I like what they've done through 2 games now. It's just, can they continue to persist it in the rest of the games that they have? Houston, Dallas, St. Louis again, and Tampa, of course.
All right, Alex and I had the same picks last weekend, so because I picked Minnesota over St. Louis in week number 1, I still have that 1-point lead. Let's get Alex's picks now for week number 3. Pittsburgh at DC.
I'm going to take DC briefly just because they're at home in this matchup, and that's the only thing that differentiates for me.
Tampa at Atlanta.
Tampa, pro-level team. Atlanta's been a team in Division II that's trying to get over the hump. I'm going to go with Atlanta here.
Cincinnati at St. Louis.
I think St. Louis finds a return to form that they're looking for. Give me the slam here.
Minnesota at Houston.
Second road game of the year for Minnesota. I think Houston has the potential to keep up with them scoring-wise, but the Minnesota defense is the difference here. Give me the Vixen.
Cali at Mile High.
In the case of Cali, Spidey Barrett's good. Tanya Guzman had a great game in her debut this season. Give me the Cali War. I think Mile High just can't contend with the high-flying offense. We saw that last week.
And Salt Lake at Nevada.
In the case of this one, I think that Salt Lake, with the result that they had, seems to be the prohibitive favorite in the matchups in the Pacific time zone and in the Mountain time zone. Give me the Wildcats to run wild here.
On behalf of Alex and myself, we want to wish all the moms a very happy Mother's Day tomorrow. We'll get you back for the second half of your game now, and we'll see you next week on the road to Canton.
Por más de 250 años, América se ha construido con trabajo duro y corazón. Y aquí en Reno, ese espíritu sigue vivo. Empieza tu día a las 10 con el Slack. Donde sea que estés, conéctate al Reno Rodeo para ver behind the scenes y ganar premios. Porque cuando se mete el sol, América cobra vida en la arena. Esto es The Reno Rodeo, del 18 al 27 de junio.
Yo, Jay, what you say?
Your great-granddad rode in the Reno Rodeo back in his day. It was his way of honoring America.
Grandpa.
Now it's your turn. Boots on and flags high. This year we ride to celebrate America.
Road trip.
From the
Welcome back, WFA fans. It's time for the second half of the Nevada Storm. Oh. Are we good? Check, check. Check, check. All right, welcome back, WFA fans. Apologies for that. We had a mic issue there. Yeah, welcome back for the second half of Salt Lake versus your Nevada Storm. And the Nevada Storm are down currently to Salt Lake 47-0. They couldn't get anything really going on the ground in that first half. A couple nice runs here and there, but nothing really substantial. On the other side of that, they tried to pass the ball a couple times, and it led to some interceptions. I think that the pressure that Jessie Felker was feeling in her face led to some of those interceptions. Salt Lake has been bursting through that line. Very little protection for quarterback Jessie Felker. For Salt Lake, they have been on fire. Nothing has stopped their run game. Their pass game has been pretty on point, other than a couple drop passes here and there. 5 different Salt Lake players have scored touchdowns in this game. 2 for Archuleta, as well as, sorry, let me check here, number 30, Lakita Thompson. And it looks like we're getting ready to kick off here, so let's go back to the field. All right, the Storm are going to be kicking off, and it's going to be number 25, Megan Salisbury, to kick off here for the Storm. The kick is recovered, and she's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So good field position here. And the clock's going to continue to run. All right, and Salt Lake's going to come to the line. Gates still in at quarterback. Salt Lake's going to look to protect here. The ball is handed off. She ran into a wall, bounced off, and tried to shuffle to the outside, but was taken down fairly quickly there by Jessie Felker. That's going to be a loss of 1. So 2nd and 11 here for Salt Lake. Gates under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. And again, another run for number 4, Brielle Lampright. It'll be a gain of 2. So 3rd and 9 for Salt Lake. Gates under center. She looked like she was trying to pass, but had a Storm defender in her face and taken down for a loss. And it's going to be 4th down. And the Storm defense finally gets a stop in this game. And it's going to be 4th and 13.
Way to go, defense. Way to go.
Fourth and 13, and I think they're going to go for it. I expect a pass. And Gates looks to pass. And a long ball to Archuleta, and she catches it for the first down. Taken down by number 25, Megan Salisbury, but not before a huge gain. And Salt Lake's going to have the ball 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line, the Storm 24-yard line. Wow, what a conversion. Gates takes the snap, hands it off to number 54. Players are fighting for the ball, which is taken down. That was number 54, Justine Larson, on that carry. And not a bad gain of about 4. So it'll be 2nd and 6 here for Salt Lake. Gates under center. Takes the snap, is looking pass. Defender interface, throws the ball away, almost caught, but just a little bit high for number 30, Lakita Thompson. Many of you may be asking why the clock continues to run even after an incomplete pass. That is due to the score. So we have a running clock right now.
Here we go. Here we go, defense. Here we go. Let's hear it for the Storm.
So 3rd and 6 for Salt Lake. Gates takes a snap from the shotgun, hands it off, and she almost broke that wide open again. Number 4, Brielle Lampright on the carry. And that's going to be 4th down. So 4th and 2 for the Wildcats. And it looks like we've got a timeout from Salt Lake.
Timeout. Salt Lake City's first.
So the first time out of the game comes on a 4th and 2. Salt Lake head coach did not like the formation that he saw. And this is the most effective we've seen the Storm defense this game. Their second 4th down forced by the Storm. Salt Lake comes to the line. And it's a rush, and she's going to have the first down.
Wildcat first down.
And it was going to be the quarterback Gates on that carry. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the 12-yard line. Wildcats are in the red zone here. And to give, and she'll get a couple yards. Lampright on that carry. Wildcats come to the line. It's going to be Gates again under center. And she pitches the ball to Lampright, and Lampright is taken down for a loss. It's going to be Bales on the tackle, assisted by York.
After stop, it's a Wildcat third down.
So 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats. Excuse me, 3rd and 8. No, it is 8. Wildcats come to the line. Same formation. They're going to load it up. Let's see if they pitch it again. No, they don't. Gates takes it herself up the middle, brushes off 2 defenders, and a 3rd in for the touchdown.
Wildcats touchdown.
Bringing our score to 53-0. Debbie looks to kick. High snap. And Gates is looking to throw. She almost gets the pass off to Lampright, but no good. And our score is going to stay at 53-0.
53-0 Wildcats.
Once again, clock is going to continue to run.
Get what they need.
Quite the run there by Gates. She spun off one defender and stiff-armed another into the end zone. All right, it's going to be Debbie to kick off for Salt Lake. Geringer back to receive the kick. And the kick is up. And over Geringer's head. And it's going to sit right at the 1-yard line. She picks it up. And is stopped at right about the 8-yard line. So Nevada will start deep in their own territory. First and 10 for Nevada from their own 10-yard line. Excuse me, it will be the 9. So 3:55 left here in the third quarter. Salt Lake with a commanding lead. Another 50-plus point performance from Salt Lake. Nevada still yet to score in this game. Pepperoni. Storm comes to the line. Felker in the shotgun. Geringer to her right. Felker takes the snap, and she's going to take it herself. A little bit of room to run for a gain of about 4.
The Storm set it down.
So it'll be 2nd and 6 for Nevada. And Xander's going to check out. It's going to be Darielle Bennett checking in. Felker in the shotgun. High snap. Is able to get it off, but just in time for Bales to get blown up in the backfield. Excuse me, Bennett blown up in the backfield. Again, it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Third down, Storm. We got this. Come on now. Let's hear it for our team. We got this. Come on, Storm.
Felker under center. Takes the snap. To give us to Gehringer. And Gehringer maybe gets back up just maybe a yard past the line of scrimmage. Excuse me, gain of 3, but it's going to be 4th down.
4th down.
So 4th and 8 for the Storm. 1:25 left here in the 3rd quarter. Number 54, Kerry Mackey, is going to check out of the game. It's going to be Felker to punt. Felker takes the snap. The punt is up. And fair catch called at the 7-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Once again, starting in very good field position.
Salt Lake for a second and a half.
And Salt Lake's going to take their 2nd timeout.
All right, let's hear it for our Storm. Show your appreciation.
So 11 seconds left here in the 3rd. Salt Lake with a big lead, 53-0 over Nevada. And Salt Lake is also starting with very good field position here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the Storm, 37. The Storm looking maybe a little bit confused with personnel. The ball is pitched and taken down immediately. As she wrapped her up around the neck. I don't think the officials saw that, but and that's going to be the end of the quarter. So as we head into the 4th quarter,
All right, final quarter.
the Nevada Storm
We still love you, Storm.
are looking to get a stop here and try to put some points up on the board. Well, Salt Lake has been driving with no issues, seemingly. So, 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Gates under center, takes the snap. Is looking to take it herself. And comes around the corner. One man to beat. And she's into the end zone, and it looks like we've got a flag. Flag on the play, and we've also got a Storm player down. Excuse me, on that run, it wasn't Gates, it was Brielle Lampright, but we've got number 7, Bennett, down for the Storm, and a second Storm player as well. I don't have that number yet.
Officials timeout for injury.
It looks like that's number 2, Gracie Bales, over there on the far end. And that last penalty was on the offense. So it is going to be still 1st and 10 for Salt Lake. And Gracie Bales is going to be helped off the field. It looks like Bennett is still down for the Storm. And this Storm team has been beat up today. Bennett being helped off the field as well. Salt Lake comes to the line. Gates in the shotgun. I'm not sure what happened there. We have another timeout by Nevada, actually. Nevada's first timeout of the game. .14:28 left here to play. She takes the snap. Passes up. It's to Archuleta, and it's good. Into the end zone for the touchdown. That was Lampright on the throw, Archuleta on the catch, and it looks like Lampright has taken over at quarterback. So Salt Lake scores again and takes a 59-0 lead over Nevada. Debbie to kick. Good snap, good hold, the kick is up, and it's good. So 60-0 here in Reno on what is a beautiful night. I've got a great view up here. I wish you all could see it. We've got a nice view of downtown Reno, the sun setting over the mountains. And the weather could not be better. I think for some of these fans, they wish it was a little stormier. So Salt Lake will get set to kick off here. And I thought that was a phone being thrown out, but it's the ball stand. All right, so deputy kickoff for the Wildcats. Once again, it's Geringer back to receive the kick. Now, last time the kick went over her head and the Storm started deep in their own end zone. Or not in their end zone, but deep in their own territory. The kick is off. And Geringer fields it. On the run, catches a nice block. And taken down at the 31. So 1st and 10 for Nevada from the 31-yard line. .11:31 left here in the 4th. And Salt Lake's got this game under control. The Storm come to the line. Jessie Felker in the shotgun. She's got Geringer to her left. Felker takes a high snap, gives to Geringer, and she's going to lose about 3 yards on that carry.
Nevada 6 down.
So 2nd and 13 for Nevada. Ball is now spotted at the 29. Looks like Bennett's back out on the field. She's in the slot. Felker takes the snap, and she's going to take it herself up the middle. And she's going to gain about 10. I believe the ball will be spotted right at the 40-yard line. So 3rd and 2 for Nevada. Felker under center. Takes the snap, is taking it herself. And she might have got about a yard.
First down, let's go!
Nope, that is a first down. She got all 2. And one more. 3-yard gain for Jessie Felker, 1st and 10. Bennett's going to check out. Felker in the shotgun, Geringer to her right. Takes the snap to give us to Geringer, and she's met pretty quickly. Shakes off one defender, but couldn't get any more yards. It looks like there's a flag on the play. And we've got a face mask on Salt Lake.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
So that's going to be a first down for the Storm and a 15-yard penalty. And that's going to push them all the way up to into Salt Lake territory. Now, they haven't been here a lot tonight. Let's see if they can make something of this. Ball is placed at the 44-yard line. Felker in the shotgun, Geringer to her left. Felker takes the snap, And she's going to take it herself. Evades 2 defenders and gets taken down for a gain of about 6. Second and 4 here for the Storm. Felker takes a high snap to give us to Bales. And she might have got about a yard on that carry. Met at the line of scrimmage, but she stretched for it.
Third down, Storm.
So 3rd and 3 for Nevada. Felker again takes a high snap. Spins out, tries to throw the ball away, and she gets it off before taking a big sack. She's lucky she got that ball out of her hands in time. Saved a huge negative play on that.
Still foul for intentional grounders, 45 side of the pocket.
And the ball did not, sounds like the ball did not get past the line of scrimmage. So the Storm are called for intentional grounding, and it's going to be 4th down.
Let's go, Storm!
Number 12, Alexandra Green, checks into the game for number 26, Moira Nemendez. Sorry, I think I threw an N in there. So 4th down for the Storm. .5:14 left here in the 4th quarter.
Everyone that has been here tonight to encourage and enjoy the game of the Nevada Storm.
Felker in the shotgun. Takes a snap and immediately a flag.
False start.
And that's going to be a false start on the Storm. So a 5-yard penalty. That's going to make it 4th and 8. And the Storm seem to have lost a little bit of their momentum.
Let's go, Storm. Finish strong.
And they're going to try to convert here. So, 8 for Nevada. Felker again takes a high snap. Looks to throw. And almost intercepted. Pass broken up again by number 12, Archuleta.
First down, Wildcats. That's all right. We believe in you, Storm, get it to them, Chasers, let's go!
So it's going to be first down, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. And the snap. Ball was tossed back to number 20, Haley. Let's see, Lavulo. But that's going to be for a loss. So 2nd and 13 for the Wildcats. Again, it's now Brielle Lampright in at quarterback for the Wildcats, number 4. Lampright under center. Takes a snap, she bobbles it. Tosses it away. And that's good for a little bit of a gain. Number 30, Latika Thompson on the carry. 2:22 left here in the 4th quarter. A 3rd and 10. Lampright comes to the line. Takes the snap. She's looking to run it herself. Evades one defender before finally getting out of bounds. And it's going to be 4th down.
4th and 4, Wildcats.
4th and 4 for Salt Lake here. 1:23 left. Lampert takes it herself. Gets a couple nice blocks up the sideline. She's still going before finally being taken out of bounds. Number 4 took down number 4, Laura Zander, on the tackle out of bounds. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Wildcats almost in the red zone at the 29-yard line, 28-yard line. Lampright gets the call. And this clock's going to continue to run. They're going to throw one more pass, and it's going to be batted down. And that's going to be our game, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. The final score is 60-0 Wildcats.
The Nevada Storm's next game is May 23rd. They take on the Kelly War right here between high school. Kickoff, 6 p.m. Be here.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, folks. This was a great game played by both teams. Unfortunately, you know, the Nevada Storm couldn't really get anything going on offense, but these women played super hard, very tough, and wow, what can we say about Salt Lake? Really excited.
Watch me as I go, now I'm taking flight. Find me in the city, never sleep at night. All around the town, see my name in lights. I was born to perform. All across the world, hear them call my name. They're rushing to the front whenever I'm on stage. I used to be a player, now I run the game. I was born to perform.
This group right here, all around, is football. We're all football players. Y'all are football players, okay?
Down. Tanciano's going to go straight ahead. Got a receiver caught. Touchdown. They're back by hand. What a catch. Houdini acts. Sideline. She works another tackle. There's now one for
Road trip.
From the hip.
Roll with it. Change your POV.
WTV.
Tell reality, BRB.
Let your engines roll.
Try a new pour. You never know what's in store. See some OMG. Maybe an ET.
Or the world's oldest trees.
Travel Nevada. Get a little out there.